sidelines, but they may finally see some relief. New data shows more than half of homes sold in May went for below asking price, on average 45,000 under listing. The report says buyers are now in a market primed for negotiations on price reduction, closing cost assistance, and mortgage rate buy-down. So, Kenny, this sounds like good news. Can it last?
Listen, I think it is good news. I think it's overdone. I think housing prices have gotten way overdone, and they needed to correct. And I've been saying that for a while, that rates should stay where they are and mortgage rates should stay where they are to force a correction in the housing market, which is what we're starting to see. Now, do I think it can last? It can last unless mortgage rates suddenly start to go lower, and then it's going to ignite the housing market again, which is really kind of what you don't want to see happen.
So that's everybody's hope, though. Everybody's hope has been mortgage rates come down.
Correct.
And that's probably going to stoke buying, but it's also going to get sellers off the sideline. Maybe that's the theory, Jackie. Are you as concerned as Kenny that if rates do come down, this thing's going to heat up again?
I definitely think it would heat up again.
Because you're interested in sellers. You want to talk about sellers.
I've been thinking about the sellers, and this has been just a big game of chicken. When the rates went up, they all put their dream number on, house on the market for the dream number. I got to get this to be able to move. When they weren't getting it, they would take it off the market. A lot of people have those low interest rate mortgages, and they're like, what's the incentive for me to move or to go somewhere? But then time passes and life events happen, or sometimes you're forced to sell for various reasons, and it just sort of takes some time to get those people up to bat. And I think that's what we're starting to see, that tipping point where people are having to sell for various reasons, and therefore they understand the buyers don't have the money to make the math work with mortgage rates where they are, so the prices have to come down. Right. When this all happened and interest rates went up, we were like, yay, prices are going to come down. They didn't typically or historically the way we have seen them before, because the ball game is a little bit different right now. But I think even if Powell cuts a quarter of a point or a half a point, I'm not talking about what did you say, 1.5 points by the end of next year?
Right.
I'm not saying that drastically, but a little bit. I think that it's a very delicate dance of how much you want to turn the heat up on this market.
Correct.
Versus getting the rest of the sellers to come to terms with and accept what their home is actually worth when rates are higher.
Jonathan, you're a markets correct over time. Markets are self-correcting. Okay, but hold on, because I hear you on that. But this housing market, in terms of prices, to Jackie's point, has not done that. Like, that's the frustrating thing. Something should have happened. It hasn't by now. What's the problem?
No, Brian, it has been so overextended, and you really have to go back to COVID. I mean, people were paying up for big homes, big floor plans, because they were raising their kids at home, they were working at home. So that's changed. So this is a natural correction. Homes have been wildly overpriced, and there's no reason why somebody in their 20s or 30s couldn't be able to afford a starter home in America. So I do think you're going to see more production, you're going to see more creation of homes, and this is a positive thing, a market that had been widely overpriced beginning to correct.
So you think what we're seeing now?
Yeah, so hopefully we have some good news when it comes to this real estate market. So with that being said, Ronnie, what's your take on this?
I keep doing research when it comes to the aspect of the housing market, because I'm trying to figure out how the correct way to go ahead and purchase a home. But the housing market is not going to correct itself. I hope people understand that. It's not going to correct itself. The whole issue is they want people to not buy homes. They want people to rent. Because they make more money of people renting than actually buying homes. The best way to create wealth is home ownership. I hope people understand that. So for some people, they don't want us to create wealth. So that's why the housing market continues to go up, out. There's more houses in the market than people actually fail to realize. It's just people cannot afford them. People are renting more because that's all people can afford. So that's why I say it sucks being single, because when you're single, you're not able to utilize certain funds you have to be able to purchase a home. It's good when you're together as a couple or married, then you're able to go with you and your wife, able to purchase a home together. But right now, the housing market does suck, and I don't think it's going to correct itself. I think it's going to continue to go up to the point that people are just going to get frustrated. People are just going to rent for the rest of their life. It's only going to be a really, really small percentage of people that's able to purchase a home. Don't make this be a discouragement. Make this be a way to elevate yourself and say, okay, how can I generate more money so I could be able to go and purchase a home? Well, of course, it's not a financial advisor. I always speak with a financial advisor, and they will tell you the same thing I'm telling you. They're going to say it's very expensive right now to purchase a home. Go ahead, again.
So Ron, you hit it right on the head, and I'm gonna just come right behind you and tell you this. This situation is multifaceted. There's things they're not being truthful about. Due to the tariffs, we get our lumber, our steel from Canada. There's tariffs on it. The higher the materials, the higher the cost of the house. COVID has inflated the houses so much that they're tipping down, but it's not tipping down to the point where we see it pre-pandemic, 120, 225, and they're building more tiny houses for single dads and moms, more lights. I've seen 2 tiny houses built in North Miami Beach side by side. They took one lot that's supposed to be for one house and broke it down for 2 houses, which you could say like it's a 2-bedroom upstairs and downstairs. The shit is, when I tell you you can breathe, it's right.
What was I telling you? That's what I'm telling you, that there are no people not able to afford to buy a home. There's more homes in the housing market than what people fail to realize. They're not reporting it. But go ahead, Akeem.
No, you're right. So I'm gonna land it like this for people who don't know, and I don't know if it's how it is in Texas, but in the state of Florida, the average medium house here, especially in Miami, is $450,000. When you calculate that, you need to put 20% down, which is $100,000, and you have to make an average of $125,000 just to qualify for a loan. So no, and the average American only barely makes 40 to 50,000. Nobody's going to be able to afford homes.
So correct, facts. See, that's the real truth.
And the thing is, you talk about Florida, come to California, it's times 2. You talk about 400, it's 800 here. You know, you gotta make a like for 2. If you 2 people, you gotta make at least $250,000 in order to get a home here.
You see?
Type of things. So that's just California and everything. But when it comes to other states, Midwest states, you probably have the chance. You know, if you can find a good home. That's the only thing really place I can think of. You know, when it comes to some southern states, if you other like poor states like Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, you might have a shot and everything. But when it comes to these major cities, oh man, it's crazy, it's nuts right here. So to me, it's just, you know, really do your research and just really look at to me, it's really the Midwest and see, you know, what type of houses you can get up there and everything. Because, you know, where the more, like I said, the more we see these big companies buy these houses and everything, the more they try to push us to rent these houses, like Ronnie was saying and everything. So it's like I say, I mean, I hear what they're saying and everything, but you know, if you look at major cities, it's not happening like that. So, like I said, you definitely got to look at other states, like I said, the Midwest, and really do your research if you want to move and everything. And also, I'm more able to, as a family, you know, if you could find 2 and 2 like family members, y'all could join in cousins, get a cousin or something like that. And all but put in a down payment on a house and everything. Because I see these do it all the time. They'll live together and everything. And you know, if we have to do that to buy a house, hey, why not? You know, if you buy a house, if you have multiple incomes and to buy a house for multiple people, you know, and to have that wealth, you know, I think that people need to really consider that, because you by yourself, that is not going to happen. You with a partner, it's a slim chance, but you partner or cousins or anything like that, or friends, if y'all cordial like that, why not thinking about it?
No, but